Hi guys, and welcome to another Divi theme video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Well, we got a great fun one for you today. We're using Divi 5 again today, and we've been exploring the great new loop features and what have you. And as you can see today, we've got a full width, full screen post slider, and we're using the loop feature to pull in all the content and images and stuff like this. There's only actually one slide on this using the loop feature. As you can see, if I hover over it, it should stop. It's pulling in the post title, post excerpt, and when we click on it, it's going to go to the particular post we're looking at. I'm going to middle mouse this so that it opens in a new tab. As you can see, it takes us to the post for that particular car, and we built this post template the other day. Really easy to do and a fantastic feature. Let's get started. I've got this page open here with the Divi builder, and here's my slider at the top. I'm going to add a new section. In my section, I'm going to put a single column. Funnily enough, I'm going to use a slider module. Roll down here. I'm going to go grab the slider. There we go. Let's delete this top one so we don't get confused. Fantastic. Okay, well, we've got a slider here. And like I say, I'm pulling dynamic content with the loop feature from our posts. For anybody that doesn't understand this, I'll show you exactly what's going on. For those that do understand, please move forward on the video. I created some posts the other day. Go to posts. About these crazy cars here. They're all fantasy cars. I gave them a few. Each of them has a separate category here. My main category is supercars here. And if we look at one of these, I'm going to hit that edit with Divi. I'm going to middle mouse again so it opens in a new tab. And take a look. There's really not much content. I just put a paragraph of stuff in there. We created the blog template for everything else you saw around it. But this is the main content. I put a bit of excerpt in here, which is a part of my content here, and the page title right here, and a featured image for each of my posts. And this is what we're going to pull in. We're going to pull in the featured image for the background of our slide. We're going to pull in the excerpt for a bit of content. We're going to pull in the title for the title. And we're actually going to link this blog post to the button. Really quick and really easy to do. Now, I know this doesn't look like much, but if I preview it, you'll see we created this little template to fit around it the other day. So there is something interesting there for people to see. Just wanted to explain that for anybody that didn't know exactly what was going on with the posts and dragging in the content. Anyway, back to our slider. By default, Divi puts in 2 slides. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to delete one of my slides here. We're only going to need 1 slide for this. I'm going to go into our first slide here by clicking on the little cog right there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to roll down to where it says loop. I'm going to click on loop. I'm going to hit loop element. I'm going to loop a post, and you can use terms or users if you want to. Post sites are going to work for me. I'm going to select a category. I'm going to select my category as supercars. And if I roll down a bit more, I've only got 9 of those posts in that category. So I'm only going to show 9 slides right here. Fantastic. Well, as you can see, absolutely nothing's happened. What we need to do to make this magic happen now, if we close up our loop, we'll roll back up to the top to the content. Text, I'm going to go in there. Title, I'm going to roll over this side to where it says dynamic content. I'm going to pull in the loop post title. As you can see, that's changed. Now, I don't know if you noticed just now, as soon as I turned that loop on and added the 9 slides, it's put 9 little pagination dots right there to tell us there's going to be 9 different slides. At the moment, it's just going to slide. They'll all be the same. The titles are going to change. Once you've selected your title there, I'm going to hit apply. I'm going to go down to my content. And here, I'm going to click on it. I'm going to say excerpt. That's going to put in that little excerpt that I showed you just now. Fantastic. Now, if you wanted to put some title or something before it or after it, you can do so here. Loop position, you can change. Number of words that they actually display here, you can change that there. And if if I put in 3 words, let's change it to 3 words. You've got those little brackets on the end there. You can say read more or whatever it is you want there. I don't need any of that. I just thought I'd show you. It's a nice little feature. I'll delete that too, back to where we were. Just hit apply when you're ready. Even if you haven't filled out any of these, you need to hit that apply. Okay, the next thing we want to do is go down to the button, give it what you want it to say. And then for the link for the button, we need to roll down to link down below here. Here's the button link. Again, I'm going to hit the little disk icon for dynamic content, left click, loop link. So each post and title should take it to that appropriate post, and we'll test that out in a minute. Now the last thing I really need to do here, it's pretty boring background here. I'm going to go into background. Remember, we're doing all this in one slide. We're just in our slide here. I'm going to go to background image. Again, I'm going to hit the little disk icon. I'm going to loop the featured image. As you can see, we've got that nice little picture in the background there. Now, each of our posts has a different featured image, so that's going to change nicely with our slides. That title and the text is getting a little lost in these busy pictures. An easy fix is to go into design. We can just add an overlay, use background overlay, or you can blend it with a color in the background if you want to, but that's going to work for me. I think I'm going to make that title a little bit bolder, just so it stands out a little bit more. So if we go to our title text, all I'm going to do for mine today is change it from regular to perhaps bold. And let's give it a little text shadow just to lift it off a little bit more. And let's perhaps use that one. That is going to work perfectly for me. Okay, with mine, I want my slides to roll round automatically, and they've got these nice navigation arrows either side. But to get it to roll automatically, you want to make sure you're in your slider and not in your slide. Once in the slider, go to design, animation down at the bottom here. If we roll up a bit, automatic animation. Now by default, it puts in 7,000 mils or 7 seconds. I'm going to make mine perhaps 5 seconds so we don't have to wait so long till we see the next one. As you can see, that's already started rotating there. Perfect. Now I made mine full width, full screen. I'm sure most of you know how to do that, but for anybody that doesn't, really easy. I'm going to go into the row that it's sitting in here. Green tab. I'm going to go over to design and sizing. To make it full width, where it says width there, I'm going to type in 100. It's already got percentage on the end there. Hit return. And down below, I'm going to type in 100 and a percentage sign. Hit return. And we've now got a full width slider. Absolutely fantastic. Got a bit of space top and bottom. That's just the space that we've got in our section here. So we can go into the section, the blue tab, design and spacing. To get rid of that, we just need to put a 0 in the top. Hit the little chain right here. It'll do the bottom for us. Perfect. Now, if you wanted to make this actually full screen, you could do it very easily too. If we just go into our slider right here, design, we can go into sizing. If we roll down a little bit, we've got minimum height here. I'm going to use minimum height rather than regular height purely because it might want to go a little bit deeper on small phones. And in the minimum height, I'm going to put 100 VH. VH for viewable height, and hit return. And there it is. We've got a full screen slider. You can adjust it if you want to because of our nav bar. We've got our pagination dots a little low. If you wanted to take that down to perhaps 90. That's right. And you can actually adjust it by incrementing up and down if you wanted to do it perfectly. But you've got to remember on certain screen sizes, it's going to get deeper when it gets bigger and stuff like that. So that'll do. Let's see what we've got going on the front end. I'm going to save draft. And let's preview the changes. And here it is, just as we had before. It's going to roll every 5 seconds to the new one. If I put my mouse on it, it should pause. And where I've misspelt more right there, more info, moat info, it should take us to the Dragon Mirage GT post. And there we have it right there. Perfect. If I go back Let's make sure the next one, this should take us to the Obsidian Reaver. Moat info. Perfect. What else have we got here? We can roll around with our nav arrows. The Ethereum. There we go. Perfect. And that's really easy to do. As you can see, I've only used one slide to do this whole thing with. Let's just correct that moat info. That's in the slider. That's going to be in the content. You know, a little slide right there. Text. There's our button. More. That's better. And just save draft. And we should be good to go. We'll just preview. So there we have it, guys. There's Divi 5 with a little slider there that's pulling in dynamic content and using the loop feature so we don't have to add any more slides. Really awesome little feature. I am so enjoying Divi 5. I had a question down below. I have mentioned this before. Somebody was asking me, am I going to be using Divi 5 for my client site? Yes, I will be, but I'm not actually going to migrate any of the client sites over until the final release, and probably until they get the first upgrade after the final release. I have been building a few personal sites with it and it works really well, but I'm really not going to go down that road with my clients until it's proven they've got all the errors worked out. So don't forget, if you have any questions, pop them down below. I'll be happy to answer them if I can, or make a little demo video just like this one. So once again, this has been Jamie with System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.